Dasha, welcome back to the Australian Open, officially as an Australian. How does that feel?
Thank you. It feels very special, honestly. Like last couple of days has been, interesting because, had to go through all the bureaucracy stuff and everything. But yeah, I'm it's super exciting for me. So yeah, really happy to be an official Australian now and to, and just to participate in the Australian Open and in front of the great crowd here. And yeah, means a lot to me.
Questions?
Dasha, congratulations on the citizenship. Just I imagine this is something you'd circled in your calendar for a long time, this first Australian Open as an Australian. I guess, how are you feeling and how do you feel about, I guess there's the crowd backing, but also the pressure that comes with being a home hope here?
Well, this is a good pressure. So I will choose this one compared to what I've been through in the past couple of years. So definitely, I mean, it's let's call it a fun pressure. I don't know. So yeah, also for the first time, I'm gonna play against in front of such a big home crowd. So that's gonna be special. Definitely have to manage my nerves because it's gonna be. I mean, never been in this situation before. So yeah, but I mean, honestly, I'm super proud and just it's extremely positive change. And the whole last year has been a year of transition, which, brought me where I am right now, and I'm really happy about it.
How do you assess your game so far in Australia? You've had a chance to play a couple of different tournaments in two cities. Where's your game at heading to the AO?
Well, definitely in the better place than it was like most of the time of the last year, honestly. Also, but most importantly, mentally, I'm, much better. Basically, I can say that I'm quite back. So that's the most important thing because I was, especially at the end of last year, the last season was very, very tough. So I'm just, I was trying to get out of this hole basically, and it's never easy. But I'm really happy with the progress I've done, and now it's just about compete well and just about tennis, which is basically what I was looking for the quite a time. So it's really now I can just talk about tennis, and that's the most important thing to me.
Matt.
Hey, Dasha. In the past, when you were playing Grand Slams and you would play someone from the country where the Grand Slam was taking place, did you ever feel, I wish I knew what it was like to be at a Grand Slam and to be, in my home country and to have the crowd? And have you thought about how you might be able to use the crowd to your advantage at all now that you are going to be playing a Grand Slam in front of a home crowd, essentially?
Yeah, well, I think all the players who are not from the countries who host a slam, had these thoughts. And yeah, obviously I was thinking must be nice to, come from the country with the home slam where it's it's completely different. Even if we compare the Master Thousands, it's still not the same. Nothing can be compared with the slams. So yeah, I had a thought it would be so nice to have a home slam, but I would never imagine that it would become real, So tell God about your plans, and then you will see. So so now I basically gonna play a home slam, and that's really a really special chapter of my life, and I'll try to enjoy it as much as possible.
Will you use the crowd to your advantage, do you think?
I have to understand how it's working. I need an instruction, but I think I will figure it out. We already played in Brisbane and Adelaide. The crowd's been great. They are honestly one of the best fans. No, best fans. They're the best fans in the world. And I just hope they really gonna, we're gonna cheer each other up. So I'm hoping for this, really.
Okay, up the back.
you've spoken about your struggles last year, but you're still able to perform fairly well at the slams compared to a lot of the smaller tournaments last year. I was just wondering how much easier it is for you to get up for the slams, or vice versa, how much harder it was for you to stay motivated to play the smaller events last year?
Well, I know, honestly, last year was very, very weird season. Yeah, I was performing better on the slams where normally that wasn't the case. I was just exhausted mentally. So on the smaller tournaments, it was really difficult for me to push. Where on the Grand Slam, obviously, like the motivation is higher itself, so it was a bit easier for me. So yeah, last year, past is past. Honestly, I needed that year for something, to develop something in myself. But yeah, it obviously wasn't my best season. But I've been through very tough moment of my life, very tough times, But I've got a lot of experience, and now, as I said, now just back to pure sport, and this is what I was looking for the last couple of years, and I'm finally in this position, and I'm just gonna go out there and work a lot, work hard, compete as hard as I can, and just try to enjoy.
Congratulations on your citizenship. I'm hoping you can give us some insight. What does it mean to you to be an Australian?
Honestly, I cannot even describe how much that means, because it's not just about the passport, it's about the acceptance, let's say, because honestly, like the whole process, then the support from the people, like from these other citizens, it's just, it's been amazing, honestly. I couldn't imagine that, coming from the completely different background to receive this amount of support basically from strangers, that was like, I felt so much love, honestly, and from now on, I'm just not from now on, from the last year, but now as like fully Australian, I'm just like super proud and grateful, and that's a responsibility, but that's what I was looking for, and yeah, I'm just really grateful. I don't know if I will be ever able to pay back, the same amount what this country gave me. So it's it's super special, and honestly cannot wait for the moment when I can wear green and gold for the first time. Yeah, really looking forward to this moment.
You mentioned there that there is good pressure in your life with tennis and leading into this Grand Slam. Could you give us some insight into some of the other types of pressure that you're referring to?
You mean before?
Yeah.
Definitely this transition last year, it wasn't easy. I've got a lot of support, but also I've got a lot of critics, from the other part, and it's been difficult, but this is kind of what I've been dealing for a couple of years, and even if you deal with that, it's still a bit exhausting. So, because it's something you cannot control, and it's just keep going and going. So when I can finally breathe and just not to think about it, and it's just, that's why I wrote in my statement that, grateful and free, because finally I can just breathe, I can live and just, do my job, and not to be worried about the things which are not in my control.
Okay, David, sorry.
What parts of Australian life have you embraced?
Honestly, just like the way they take things, like the way they're like, it's just, they're not just chill, but they're like, don't worry about it, just don't worry about it. And I'm like, no, I'm worrying about it. Like, what they're talking about. And they're just like, give it a crack. That's okay. Just, and I'm like, makes sense, actually. Okay, then take a coffee and just relax. I'm like, okay, I'll take a coffee and I will relax. Okay, guys. Yeah, but honestly, this is like this way of thinking, that's something I was missing because, coming like with my background, it's everything. It's about, pressure, sacrifice, but in some ways survival as well. So this calm, way of thinking, it's actually something I think I'm missing. So maybe I will, my gray hair will disappear, if I will take the things a bit more easily than I did before.
Okay, we'll do David and Matt, and then we'll finish with you.
Hi, Dasha. When you talk about achieving that sort of mental reset coming into this season, what do you feel like you did to accomplish that? And do you feel like maybe even embracing more of this Australian cultural identity will help you develop tactics to avoid burnout in the future?
Well, that's a good question. Honestly, as I said, in the past few years, I've been through things which were out of my control, and unfortunately, they were very, very emotionally exhausting. So, but now I don't have these problems, which will, give me a lot of room to, which I can fill in with the, good positive thoughts and just a little bit of a relaxation, let's say. But yeah, talking to the people here, I love it. It's like I always have a feeling that, before when you talk with the person and he's like, just really positive and supportive, you're like, something is wrong here. Something is not right. I don't understand what, but something is not right. And then I'm like, okay, they're just like this, Dash. Accept they're just good people, okay? just take it and live with that. And I'm like, okay. So, coming, I don't know, I'm coming to Australia maybe 12, 13 years in a row, So, and before, I was not noticing many things because, I was quite focused on the tennis. I was, just like, okay, yeah, very nice country, good coffee, nice animals, spiders we don't like, but okay, we finish, we go to the next one. But now I'm looking to differently on a lot of things, and I'm like, wow, this is actually a place to live and raise your kids. So I don't know who to thank for that, but it is what it is. And yeah. And then I'm talking to people who are also, visiting the country, and they're saying the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, I can say that I am extremely lucky to, now represent this country.
Matt?
Just on a lighter side, are you trying to get their speech? You saying good day to people? Like, what are you adopting, trying to learn those things? Let's hear it.
Okay, well, they're nice people, but the slang, this is a huge room for improvement. The slang, the accent. Let's see if, it's a bit too early to ask me this, but let's see Daria Kasatkina is still trying, huh? She's still trying very hard. So, yeah.
Do you have someone coaching you? Emerson Jones, anybody who,
I should have asked, actually. But they'll ask for money, more I will spend time with Aussies, definitely it will improve. So that's why I'm also waiting, for the opportunity to participate in the national team, because I think this is where your Aussie skills are improving even more.
Okay, last two questions, Scott, and then we'll finish.
Dasha, you mentioned some of the pressures. The Australian way might be to fob things off, but you do sometimes still get social media abuse. Number one, are you aware of that, and do you have coping mechanisms to try and deal with that?
Well, we unfortunately don't. All I can do, for example, is just close my comment section on Instagram or direct messages before I going on court, and then just don't worry about it. But I have to think about it. Imagine, so before the match, I'm thinking, I have to remember to close my comment section because there are some idiots in the world who are betting on tennis and don't know anything about it. and then they're blaming us for losing a tennis match. Okay. Off. Yeah, but unfortunately, but still, even if you do that, still 1 or 2 messages will still find you on the internet. Plus, not just these guys, but also some of the journalists. Sometimes, they're doing their job so that their statements doesn't look very respectful. At the end of the day, if you want to completely cut this off, you have to forget about social media. You have to just don't use it. But I mean, it's quite difficult in our life. So and why I have to cut something off just because of the other people being not happy with how I'm doing on tennis court. So I mean, it's just something you have to. If you see if you see a bad comment, you're just like, okay, this person probably doesn't know anything. Still hurts a bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, we're athletes, where the public can see us competing and stuff, and everyone, I mean, can have their opinions. Sometimes they're abusive, which is not good, but this is not our job to protect the internet and stuff. So it's so far we don't have like a strong mechanisms to prevent this, but I hope honestly with the AI and the things like that, I think there is a way to avoid this kind of abuse on the internet, especially after you lost 7-6 in the third.
Okay, last question.
Yeah, Dash did really well here last year, made the second week. This year it looks like, I know you've got Nicola first, but then it could be quite a tricky draw. I guess, how do you reflect on how far you can go this year, and do you lean into what you were able to do last year?
Well, yeah, definitely last year was my best result in Australian Open. So first time I reached the second week. But honestly, seeing the draws right now, it's any tournament, it's just like you cannot get an easy draw. So it's, for me, there is no point to think, like to calculate your chances. It's never work. So it's, and for me now, my priority is different. Is to get back my confidence, get back to to the same mental level on the court, because physically I'm quite back, but the last season left some mark on me, so it's I have to get out of this, and I mean, this is my priority right now. So, and I will just go by match by match, tournament by tournament, working hard and try to get it back. I'm working very hard, on all of the aspects of my game, of my mental strength, and yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't have regrets with how I'm doing my job, and for me, I think this is the most important.
Thanks, Dasha.
Thank you.